Happy Monday, everyone.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday, everyone.
So, welcome, Arta.
Welcome, Arash.
Armagan.
It's nice.
Hello.
To season 2 of Monday Noosh.
Yes.
The gang's back together. So, we're going to start our new season with Melissa Shoshahi. She's an award-winning stand-up comedian. She was on Hoo Ha Ha's top female comics of 2018. She's also been featured on Laughs on Fox, Nickelodeon, Fusion TV, and has acted in a myriad of independent films. Shoshahi has accumulated millions of views online with sketches and stand-up clips that have gone viral and is the first Iranian-American female touring headliner in America.
Wow.
Wow.
All right, that's it. We're good, right?
Yeah. Thanks. Thank you so much, Melissa.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks, guys. Thank you. I just needed to have somebody read my bio.
Yeah, anytime. And we read it verbatim because we don't want to miss anything.
Yeah.
So welcome. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you.
I'm glad to be kicking off season 2.
Yeah, you're kicking off season 2. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good season. Armagan had a talk with Arta and I about what we're gonna do this season, and we said we may do it, we may not do it. And then she screamed at us, and then we said, "Okay, we'll do it."
Violence.
So that's
the way you start off 2020.
Violence is sometimes the answer.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, she just woke up and chose violence.
Yeah.
I do feel left out today because Arta and Arash are together. For those of you who are listening, not watching, they're
we're getting
together.
drinks afterwards.
I know, and I'm so jealous because I feel left out now because I'm all the way over here.
Left out. They're not social distance.
You're right, Melissa. You know what? Me and you could do a little. By the time we're done, it's happy hour in LA. We could do a little Zoom happy hour situation.
Yeah.
Safe and COVID safe.
And then mine is always happy hour because we're just a bunch of drunks.
I haven't drank all month. I did dry January.
Oh my gosh!
Man,
good
that first shot's gonna knock you out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
wow.
I know. I probably have the lowest tolerance. I've just been drinking coffee like a crazy person.
So speaking of alcoholic drinks, this is something you generally drink after alcohol. To get the morning after or the night of, depending on how hard you went. So Melissa has picked our noosh for today to be coffee.
A change from the usual tea.
A change from tea and wine. And so cheers to you, Melissa.
Cheers, guys.
Getting us caffeinated. Now, can we go around and see who has what kind of coffee?
Okay.
I'll start. Mine's just a black coffee.
Black coffee? You don't put anything in it?
No, I just like it black.
Okay.
I put almond milk in mine. I don't drink sugar with my coffee. No white sugar in this household.
Oh, you're so good. That's the thing I need to do. I need to get rid of sugar.
I can't. I just use sugar-free syrups.
We say that at every
That's good.
I got French vanilla?
Yeah.
I'm not a coffee drinker, so I'm gonna get really wired. What do you have over there?
Okay, so I have an Nespresso machine, and so I made a latte with oat milk, and I put honey in it and cinnamon.
Ooh.
I'm very, very crazy when it comes to my coffee.
I think in the dairy alternatives I put oat.
Oat milk is the top.
Oat or oat?
Yeah, oat.
Oat
is so good, and when you make a latte, oh my gosh, it's like my new favorite thing. I'm so LA right now. You gotta put the oat milk.
No, but listen,
cashew milk.
The oat milk is the way to go. Do you have a frother?
That's too much, no.
Do you have one of those frother things?
The Nespresso. The Nespresso froth is froth. No, I can't say. The Nespresso does that. Like on the top.
You guys are fancy. I don't even have a coffee maker.
Yeah, because you don't drink coffee. You guys,
I don't even have that.
I'm coffee with Melissa. On my Instagram, I do coffee with Army sections where I make coffee with the Nespresso and all these syrups and the cinnamon and honey, whatever. So that's why I'm intrigued. It's finally somebody who gets me.
Yes, it's my favorite thing.
So Melissa, in 2 sentences or less, tell us who you are.
2 sentences. I'm a female in my 30s. I was born in Iran, and now I live in America, and I do stand-up comedy. And right now I'm doing everything virtual because my job doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hey, what's up?
You're not an essential worker right now. Well, I mean, technically you are.
I mean,
just
I
saw
would
your
call
la-
it essential.
I just saw the last post you did. Maybe that was your last post about 20 minutes ago. So, were you hoping to pay your rent with GameStop stock?
Yeah, I was.
Okay. How'd
As
that work
does,
out?
I think, the rest of the world.
Yeah,
You
we're
know,
pretty
I put my money on GameStop and AMC, and I'm like, yes, I'm
There
gonna
you
pay everything today, and everything went down. Everything went down.
Just hold.
I
like
know.
The rest of us
We're
were
all-
Oh,
We're all
yeah.
in the
Oh,
same
What is
boat.
it? Diamond hands?
diamond hands. You
Diamond
gotta-
hands.
Yeah, what is that, you guys? They keep sending that in our group chat, and I don't know what it is. It's
You
just
just-
really-
Diamond hands?
Yeah, is that like a
What's that,
Reddit
like
term?
this?
You just got strong hands. You're not selling. You
This?
got paper hands.
Hold on to it.
Hold on to it.
Oh.
Oh, okay, diamonds.
Because if you had paper hands, you'd be collecting all the money you just stole and everything. Not
Oh.
sticking it to the guy at the end. So
Yeah, you got to stick it to
Got
the guy. So, anyway, we're not going to talk about AMC and GameStop
We're
anymore,
not-
even though I brought it up.
disclaimer: we're not financial
We can
advisors.
talk about
We're not
anything.
financial
I don't
advisors.
care.
We're
Yeah.
not financial advisors.
So Melissa, I guess kind of tell us, you're kind of like, as much as you want to go into detail, your upbringing and
Yeah,
I'm
'cause you
gonna
said you
make
were-
an assumption here. Did you, like, when you were 8 years old and say, when I grow up I want to be a comedian?
No. When I was younger, I really wanted to do acting. I did a lot of school plays, and I did a bunch of stupid things like that. I didn't know what really stand-up was at that time. I mean, we weren't really watching it in my household. But what I would do, remember those camcorders that was like over your shoulder?
Mhm.
And then like your mom would at Maymuni's, she'd bring it to everybody.
Yeah.
Say hi to your aunt and
Yes.
Yeah.
In Armahan's case, it's her dad.
My dad,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
the person.
No, the camera would come
always.
up right to your face and say, say hello.
say hello. And they never sent that tape to Iran, you know?
No.
It's just like,
Footage.
well, who were we saying hello to? So we had this camcorder, and so my mom would be cooking or cleaning or whatever, and so I would set it in the living room, and I would just record it. This is anybody listening. This is like pre-TikTok, pre-iPhones, right? So I would just like record this huge camcorder and just imitate everybody in my family. So I do
Yes.
impressions. And I don't even
Wow.
know where this film is, that would be cool to see that.
It's at your Amma's house because
Hold
it
on,
was
did
sent to
anybody
your
get
Amma.
mad at those
Have
impressions?
it.
Did anybody get legitimately mad?
No. At Mehuni's, my mom would be like, okay, now impersonate your dad. Now your grandpa. Like it would be
God.
like how there'd be like a kid that is like really good at violin. They'd be like, okay, play.
Yeah.
For me, it'd be
Don't be
like,
shy.
okay, now make fun of this person. And so that's kind of where
That was your violin.
How was my violin? Really bad.
No,
I
but
said
that was your violin.
Yeah, that was my violin. Yeah. So I guess that's how it started. I never knew I wanted to do stand-up.
So can I?
So
Because you
I-
mentioned.
Go ahead.
Sorry, you mentioned you were actually
Go
born
ahead.
in Iran. So when did you move here, and how was that whole journey?
Yeah, it was I was like 3 or 4. So I was a
Okay.
baby.
So you were a baby. You don't remember
Okay,
much?
you and I were in the same boat then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't remember
Mm.
much at all.
So you haven't gone back at all?
No, I haven't. No.
Okay.
That'd be great too. My mom goes a lot.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, and I have a lot of family
Change.
there.
I mean, you're in LA, so you get a small taste of it.
Yeah.
Yes, we do. Yeah, we have, Tehrangeles, we have Orange County. It's just
Westwood.
Westwood.
Westwood. I go to
Westwood.
Orange County more. They have a lot of. Yeah, I don't go to Westwood that much, but yeah.
Westwood actually has been like dying down recently. I feel like everything's
Yeah.
been closing.
Well, after Jimmy Westwood, man, that was a great
Yeah.
movie, but
Yeah.
maybe he got a bad rep at that point. I don't know.
People are just selling to leave that area.
So
I found my Persian market. I found my Persian market in Orange County, and I'm sticking to it.
Good.
when was the first time you did an official stand-up?
official stand-up show I did was in 2000, end of 2009. That was my first show, December. Yeah, and it was at the Ha Ha Comedy Club in North Hollywood.
How did it go?
It went good. You know, it only went good because I had a lot of friends that came to support me.
Okay.
You know, when you have friends there and they're laughing, I bet if it was in another situation, I would have bombed really, really bad. But I was really nervous. I just did 4 minutes, and I think I took half a Xanax. I don't remember.
Oh my God.
I was so nervous.
You have to cut the edge.
Yeah.
Honestly,
yeah. Some
though-
people take shots. Some people take a little Xanax, but yeah.
Hey, everybody has their vice.
Mhm.
So now when because you're doing this, I mean, pre-pandemic, you're a comedian full-time, right? You're in acting, you do stand-up, you do all this full-time, no?
Yeah, right now it's crazy, but before
Right.
I was traveling a lot. Yeah.
Traveling a lot.
Uh-huh.
So how did tell me how that conversation went with your family when you said that you want to be in entertainment essentially and not one of the pre-approved Iranian
There's only
doctor,
Careers.
lawyer, engineer.
Yeah.
How did that go?
I mean, how do you guys think that went?
I mean, we have an idea.
We have an idea, but we
Yeah.
Sitting.
You know, at the end of the day, I think our parents, the most important thing they want for their children is for you to be successful, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, at first they were like, what? No, you're not going to do that. First, you're a girl, you know, you're probably not funny. And you know, it's a.
I would have came and said, but you had me making fun of everybody on the camcorder.
At the
Yeah.
Maymoonies for Emmett.
Yeah. So the most important thing is like they're worried if I was going to be able to create a future for myself.
Yeah.
And then also another thing parents think of is, well, are they going to be able to take care of me when I get older? You know,
It's always in the back of their mind.
Yeah.
it's always in the back of their mind. I don't have any other.
See, that's where you have to do a PowerPoint presentation on how
Yeah.
royalties work.
Yeah, this is where I am. This is where you are. So you
The
know,
hierarchy of things.
it was really rough in my 20s. Everything is rough in your 20s, but you know, I slowly started building, and once they saw that I don't need to ask them for money, or I'm doing
Right.
things on my own, well, they can't say anything, you know.
Right.
So
Now, I assume in the beginning, you know, were you working like odd jobs here and there to make some money, or were you just?
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I worked for a Persian TV station for like 3 years. 3 years. That was interesting.
In
I worked
LA?
Wow.
in LA, yeah. I worked for this, oh my God, this was really funny. I worked for this like talent agency that only did background work. So they would hire like people that do the background.
Oh, the
Yeah,
extras,
yeah,
right?
Extras.
Yeah, extras. Come to find out, they were scamming everybody. Yeah.
That sounded
What?
like a scam when you started.
Yeah, and I was like the receptionist, and everybody kept coming to me, and I'm like, I don't know, I'm just the.
No speak.
Anyway. Yeah. What else did I do?
Man İngilizce بلد نیست.
Yeah. no
Wait,
English.
this was an Iranian agency, or it was just
No,
okay,
this is-
okay. I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Well,
did we
I'm sure
really
there's a
have-
lot of that in LA where
Yeah.
it's just scam agencies left and right, no?
I'm sure. And then I lived in Seattle because I'm from Seattle. I worked with my mom. She's a bikini waxer. So that was the worst job I had. I was helping my mom because she made me get my esthetician license. She's like, if you're gonna do stand up, you have to at least get an esthetician license
The backup, yeah.
Yeah.
for backup. I already have 2 degrees. I have a theater degree, I have a communications degree, but it means nothing.
It's
So
never
she-
enough. There's never
Well,
enough
yeah.
degrees. They always want more.
They always want more. So I got my esthetician license, and then I was waxing with my mom. I hated it.
Okay, so have you? I haven't. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I haven't watched too much of your stand up.
Yeah.
You know, I've watched some stuff on YouTube over the last couple of weeks. Have you used any waxing experience in your stand ups?
Yeah, I have like a 5-minute bit on it where I talked about my experience, but God, it was tragic.
You know, on your Instagram, you did post a tutorial on how to wax for hairy Iranian girls, and now it all makes sense.
Yes.
I was like, how random. Why is she showing us how to wax your mustache?
It's very important.
But now I got to go back and watch it, but actually follow this time.
Very important. You know, my mom is really good. She's really good. She taught me a lot. Yeah, she does Brazilians in like 5 minutes. And
oh my goodness.
She got featured like in a small little article in Allure magazine.
No
and
way.
Then, magazine wrote about her, and she's really good. Yeah.
Wow.
And when I went to esthetician school, it was the same one that my mom went to, like in the 90s. And so the teacher was like, everybody, this is Susan's daughter.
you were the legacy,
the prodigy daughter.
Yeah. They're like, do you want to show everybody how to wax this person's leg? I was like, no, I'm learning just like everybody
but you're
else.
Susan's daughter.
Yeah. So to answer your question, those are my odd jobs. Okay.
The odd jobs. Yeah, those are odd.
Those are odd.
So at what point did you have, I mean, are you still working different jobs, or are you able to fully support yourself in the industry?
Yeah, I mean, right now it's
well, I mean, I'm listen, COVID, it ruined a lot of things for people, but just, over the last couple of years, I mean, you've been in so many different, you were in a movie, what's his name? Craig Ferguson, that's a big deal.
Yeah, just small little things here or there. And I'm just really blessed that I've been able to maintain and work and build. But I'm just the type of person that I always have so many different random skills that I can always like pick up and do something else too. In the meantime, I can do this, I can do that. Like one random thing that when I tell people, they're like, what? I am a licensed notary. I can notarize anything for you. Like
that comes in so handy.
And I just wanted to get it because I was just like, it would be cool to have it,
Yeah.
So
right.
It's just like I don't always believe in like I'm strictly this and I have to be strictly this. Yeah. I just feel like, do you want me to wax you? Because I have a license. Let me just do that. Oh, do you need this notarized?
It's like a Swiss Army knife.
I just think all these things I do, it actually is just more fun experience I can bring into my comedy.
Yeah, it's like I could make you laugh, I could make you scream, and I could sign your legal documents.
Yeah. I mean, what more could you want? All 3 in one.
I can sign your legals. Like, do you need a refinance? Yeah.
But since the pandemic, obviously, because LA has been more strictly on lockdown than the rest of this country, but have you been writing any content or anything on the side while you're home, or do you feel like your creativity is kind of gone down because you're home all the time and you can't really draw inspiration from circumstances or situations happening in life?
Yeah,
I mean, other than COVID.
No, that's a really great question. And I have a lot of friends in the industry that just haven't felt funny. I personally haven't been working so much on writing stand-up. I've been putting my energy towards creating content. So I've just been filming sketches at home and writing different things that I can in the future put out. So I've kind of taken what I can't do on stage and just turning it more internal and putting it out there for people.
Yeah, now it's a great time for you to gather content, gather ideas for the next few years.
And that too, work on the next hour and then do this. Yeah, so there's so many things. Like every month, I'm very goal driven.
Are you having more fun with this, or do you miss the stage?
Yeah, I still have some like virtual shows. I'm doing a show on Thursday. This will actually air. Okay, I don't know if I should say that. But yeah, I'm doing a show.
Think for one further out.
Doing a Laugh Factory show. So I'll be on the stage, but they're just gonna film it.
There's no audience.
So there's stuff like that. But
Must be a little
It's
awkward.
awkward. You always
So
feel like the
is there gonna be canned laughter?
There's other comedians who laugh.
Cue the
It'll just be
laughter.
us and a few other comedians. This is like, ah, or get off the stage.
Yeah,
I bet
right.
it is. Yeah,
my
it is
turn.
So
different. Sorry.
It is different. You guys, I can't wait until I travel. Like I want to, the first thing I want to do is be able to do like a Europe tour. I want to leave. I just want to, I miss it so much. I really, really do. Yeah.
We all feel the same.
If you do a show in Miami, we'll
Front
come
row?
front row.
Miami?
We'll come
Okay.
support.
A
Yeah,
point
front
to
row.
me. I'll be there
listen,
too.
we're not asking
Front
for
row.
tickets.
Okay, Miami, writing it down.
Miami,
I'll start
front
from
row.
Miami and then I'm going to go straight to the Bahamas.
There you go.
There you go.
We'll all go. I've never
then
been.
tour is
I've been
done.
to Miami, but
Yeah,
Bahamas
it's
is
good to
nice.
do it in that order so you can detox
Yeah.
on the Bahamas.
yeah,
Yeah.
it must rain a lot in Miami though, no? Like tropical.
In the
Um,
summertime, sure, but yeah.
It's kind of been
Hurricane
almost
season, it rains a
Yeah,
lot.
it doesn't rain. It doesn't rain from like November to like April. Doesn't really
Okay.
rain too much.
Yeah.
After the hurricanes are finished,
Yeah.
it dries up. a little.
Yeah, and then this is probably gonna be the coldest day of the year right now. I think it's like 50
Oh,
degrees
it's
outside.
like here. Today it's like 60s. Yeah.
Last night was like 52 and
So
I
was it like 30s this morning?
was it really? It was in the 30s?
It was pretty cold this morning.
Oh wow. Wow, that explains a lot. But Arash, Arta, do we want to
So
move on?
Awkward silence.
Are you guys in the
Yeah.
entertainment industry or did you guys pick fields that your parents are proud of?
Armagan picked the field her parents are proud of, but they're still disappointed
Okay,
in her.
that makes sense.
But there's-
She Armagan, what kind of degree do you have again?
I'm an electrical engineer, so I went straight
Oh,
for
yeah.
the
Oh,
pre-approved route in life.
Oh my God. Are they disappointed in you because you don't have like children or something?
No,
there's always like a
they're-
nice reason they finally.
they're not disappointed, but it's funny because it's not like obviously my true passion. So every time I bring up, I'm like, oh, I like doing this or I like doing that. They're like, do that on side, do that on the side. Engineer is very important.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I know. Yeah. What is your true passion?
I'm still in the process of figuring that out, but I love,
the
but I
star
love
right
many
there.
things. I feel like I relate to you on that because I love doing different things, but most importantly,
She
love
has 9 Instagram accounts.
Yeah, I have so many Instagram
Yeah.
accounts. I don't know, but I love helping people and I love fashion. So I don't know how I can bridge the two together someday.
Yeah, helping people fashion in your biochemical engineering. Yeah.
Yeah, what can we do with those three?
Well, from your biochemical engineering, you just take your wits and you put it into the other two.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Maybe you can do a skit on the engineer turned, the bioengineer turned.
Yeah, so Arta and I aren't
I
as
will.
prestigious as Armagan. We each have one Instagram page.
Mine barely up there.
You barely have one. I have an MBA. And Arta, what kind of degree do you have?
A bio degree.
You have a bio degree. So there's that.
That's really good.
Neither one of us
Not much
has
being applied.
Yeah, nothing's being applied, but we make it work.
We get by to get into GameStop. That's why.
Exactly. Exactly.
Stuff like that.
But can I just say, you have your degrees and you're into biochemical engineering. This pandemic has really been fascinating time for a lot of people to wake up and realize their past. They confronted their past and realized that either they're making changes or trying something new and jumping into something that they never even thought they would. It's just been such a time of change.
For sure.
I mean, I've heard from so many people that they quit their 30 years in whatever career, and they finally did their dream of starting this one random business. So it's never too late. And if you have a passion, go for it. Who cares what, you know, your parents say, because our parents are a different generation. They're coming from like a fight or flight mode, you know, like just protection and safety and what would other people think, you know, it doesn't work in 2021. It just doesn't make sense anymore, especially if we've seen so many deaths. Life is too short to please other people, you know?
Oh, absolutely.
It's so funny because
you can't be a people pleaser. You gotta just please yourself.
I think somebody said, you know, do stuff for you, not for your parents, because at the end of the day, they're not going to be there for you. And then, you know, you're going to be stuck doing the thing that you don't like, and they're not going to be there either. So,
yeah,
you know, do what drives you and your passions, and, you know, they'll fall onto the ride.
So I think Army had some questions for you about how you come up with your content. Army, do you have those questions ready?
Yeah, so I asked her one, but actually I have two questions here. One of them you kind of already just went into, but first, have you ever gotten hate comments or messages on your Instagram on any of your posts, and how do you deal with that?
Oh, oh my gosh, I get it all the time.
Really?
All the time. Oh yeah.
Really? I really
what's the gist of it? What's the
And probably from Iranians, right?
Yeah, from Iranians. I read one today from it was I don't know the last post, but somebody goes, "Be maze."
Oh my God.
Well, just like that.
And that's a regular comment I get, "Be maze," or something like it. Yeah, it's just so funny. And
who hurt you, bro?
Yeah.
Seriously.
Those are just like insecurities. They can't do themselves. So.
But I read it and I'm like, you really had to take the time to write that?
Is it in Farsi or is it?
It was in Farsi.
Oh.
Just say it in your head and move on. Like,
and then in my mind, I laugh at it. I'm like, yeah, he's right. It is Bimaze, but it's my Bimaze.
I love it. Yeah,
it's my page.
Yeah.
It's my page. I'm sorry. Change the channel. And then I've gotten a lot of like, you know, about my looks. I think it's very normal. Everybody does. When you have, when you're putting yourself out there, people make fun of somebody last week, actually every day, somebody goes, "Oh, you look like a horse."
oh my God.
It's just random. No, but it's normal. At this point, it's so normal. It is normal.
It shouldn't be, I don't think.
It is very normal.
Listen, you have a public page, you have a public, persona. You're a public figure, essentially. Haters gonna hate.
Yeah.
Haters gonna hate. Some of them I like on the TikTok, you can put their comment and then reply to them like a video, and I've done that a few times. One of them was just, I've gotten so many comments how I should go to Iran and get my nose done, and so I've used that in my stand-up because I think it's so funny.
That's good content, yeah.
And then I posted that girl's comment on a video, and everybody started bashing her. So,
yeah, because trust me, there are way more supporters than there are haters.
Yeah. Okay. So it's just really funny. And then the girl commented back, "Oh, this is the funniest thing." She goes, "I said that because I got it done and it was the best thing in my life." Oh. And everybody's like, "You don't care."
I want to say good things to you. I'm trying to help you.
I think we had one person in the beginning say, "Oh, these talentless people are just on what's it called?" And I'm like, I told them off because the gist of my response was, you don't even have a profile picture.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, none of them do.
So you could kindly F off.
Oh my gosh, it was, you know what it was actually, Melissa? We used to do episodes just like like us without guests, and we were talking about, we had like a bad dates episode, and this person comments and goes, "No wonder like none of you can get dates or are trying to desperately get married when you all look like that." Melissa, I don't know how you guys deal with this, because that was like the first and only hate comment we got. I lost it for like a day. I was texting them. I was like, "What do we do? People think we're ugly."
No. You see, the problem was by the time they told me and I saw it, because it was on TikTok. I don't have TikTok. So I downloaded TikTok for this reason. And I was already a few shots of tequila in, so I'm like, oh, I'm going off.
I'm using this app to its fullest.
Yeah.
You get used to it.
It's all good.
I don't even really care anymore. I did this, and then I don't know what your political stances are, and I don't really care. I don't want to get into it, but I did this thing with this podcast, and I tweeted about it, and then all of these like Trump supporters, I don't know what it was, but they all started hating at me for no apparent reason because I was doing this one podcast, and they were very mean. They were very mean.
But what was
why?
the issue? What was it? Was it
because you were
the podcast you were on, or something you said?
Yeah. Because of this, I was associated with this podcast that I was just
Wow.
on. Anyway, the point is, like, there's crazy people out there. People out there.
Crazy, jealous people. Hasud.
Which
Well,
leads me
reassuring, you know.
leads me to my next question, actually, because I know in your bio, or I read somewhere that you said that you also like to do comedy to inspire other like culturally deprived women. I want to make sure I'm saying what you said. So what advice would you give to women who kind of look up to you and want to do what you're doing and put themselves out there and make any type of content, but they're scared of people judging them or getting hate comments?
Yeah, just do it. Just go out there and just do it, you know. And what I love so much is that I'm noticing so many women and younger women or younger girls are just going on TikTok and creating little things and
Put yourself out there.
And putting yourself out there. And it starts from that. Like, I mean, that's pretty much what I did when I was 8 with my camcorder. You know, who knows what will spark for them. And if anybody sees any of my clips, and they're inspired and they can say, wow, well, she just used her phone, maybe I can start doing something like that. And you know, that hopefully that'll spark some sort of inspiration for girls that feel like, oh, it's too taboo for my culture to do that, you know. But what's so cool with TikTok right now, you're on a platform where you see girls from all over the world doing it. So I'm just a little fraction of what they see. Right. So they're seeing so many women, and I think it's a huge time for inspiration.
Yeah, the society is now that you should be able to do whatever the hell you want. Especially when you're not living within the culture anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
When you're not living in it. Yeah. But you can make fun of it. And you can start from there.
Yes, always.
You know? I feel like that kind of helps get it out of your system.
Yeah. There's so many people. I keep going back to TikTok, but my gosh, there's people that just they have 1 million followers and they're like 12 years old. It's insane. The sky is the limit. Crazy. Can you imagine being 12 years old and then just gaining 1 million followers?
That's
what do you
insane.
do with that?
I don't. Yeah.
If I was a kid now and this time with like the social media out now, I would have gone viral.
I would at least be at 1,000 followers by now.
Something.
1,000. I think you could get more, Arash.
Don't aim too high.
1,000 now.
I'm anti-social on social media, but whatever.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's good. If I didn't have this, you know, creative position and stuff, I'd like to disengage myself. I really would. Yeah. But yeah.
So Melissa, I had a question for you. How did like the process of becoming like the first Iranian American female, you know, comedian to tour the nation? Like, how did that process come about, and how was that whole experience? When did that happen exactly? What year?
So I was touring around 2012 with a bunch of different headlining Middle Eastern male comedians.
You can name drop if you like.
Was this the Axis of Evil or no?
No, but with one of the Axis of Evil comedians, Dean Obidallah. He was one of the first ones. He's Palestinian American. He's actually a correspondent for CNN, I believe now.
That's a jump.
What a jump.
He was always... But even if you watch him on Axis of Evil, he's always been that political humor.
Right.
So we did So when I started in 2009, 2010, there wasn't that many Middle Eastern female comedians in general. There was like maybe a handful, at least in there just wasn't that many. So a lot of the male headliners that were Middle Eastern wanted to take a female with them. I could relate to their audience. So Dino Vidala took me on the road, and we did all the West Coast, and then I started touring with Max Amini. So I toured with him a lot, and then he really pushed me. He's like, "You need to." I wanted to quit. It was just really hard. And he kept saying like, no, there's no women right now. You need to keep doing this. And so I built my hour, and then I just started doing shows a lot. And then eventually started doing my own little tours. And then I worked a lot with Kayvon too.
Let me ask you, now that you brought up Max, do you find the way he does stand up a little more difficult, because he's different from everybody else? Most stand-up comedians have their bits and their skits, and they have their whole thing for an hour, but he has like maybe a story or two, and then he's just picking at the audience.
Yeah. He's, what's really cool with comedians, everybody is so different, and comedy is very subjective. His style is very unique. He is naturally so funny, and naturally he will mess with you. So what you see on stage really is his personality that shines through. And a lot of times people are coming to see the personality. They're not coming to see you tell a set of jokes, so it depends. So the crowd that he built for him, for his personality. Everybody is so different. Like Joe Coy doesn't have too much, like his is a lot of animation, and Max is a lot of storytelling, and Sebastian's is, everybody is so different is I guess what I'm trying to say. Yeah. He's really built an empire though, man. The crowds I performed with Max, like we did a show, it was like 3,000 people.
Where was the show?
It was in Vancouver, BC. Yeah,
we saw him right before the pandemic. He was down here with what's her name, Estrella Nuri, right? That's her name?
Actually, a year ago yesterday, Arash.
Yeah. She was down here a year ago.
Man,
I saw him at my university 2 or 3 years ago. And it was, the crowd was insane. I mean, even the opening people for him were hilarious. And usually, like people want to, no offense, but when somebody that big, the openers, people will laugh here and there. But even everyone that opened for him was absolutely hilarious. We didn't want them to leave too. We were like, come back with Max.
So, Arta, what did you want to ask her about?
Yeah. So I see that.
Awkward transition.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yes.
I see that you use your platform to raise awareness about epilepsy, and so I wanted to know, when did you first learn that you also were diagnosed with epilepsy and experienced your first seizure, I guess?
Yeah. I learned I was epileptic when I had 2 massive seizures at a Sephora.
That place is bright. There's a lot going on.
Right. The music is loud.
Yeah.
Prices go up the roof, and I was just like, I can't handle this.
Those prices.
The employees there are loud and bubbly.
Yeah. So that was like 5 years ago, and so and then it's been really, now everything's in control, thank God. But that first year I was diagnosed, it was really, really hard for me because first I was really busy with my career and touring and performing, and they put me on insane meds. Like the meds they gave me, it was called Keppra, which is like the first medication they give anybody that has seizures. It is, if anybody's on Keppra that's listening and they're like, oh, we take it all the time, it's fine, good for you. But it's called Keppridge if you look at it, because you get rage. It was the worst drug I've ever taken in my entire life. I was like up and down and screaming and crying and didn't know where I was. And my neurologist, which was this Persian guy, he did not help me. He just would always just stare at my boobs. I'm like, I am dying here.
Wow.
I don't even know where I am.
Oh man.
It was
Oh my
so
God.
bad. And then my
Did
parents,
did you leave him a bad Yelp review?
yeah, I got another doctor. My freaking parents, they're like, no, you don't have it. You don't have
Yeah,
it.
they deny it.
Wow.
Everything's a
Don't
Drink
take, don't take
chai
them-
nabot.
drink chai. You know why? This is I swear to God, my mom's like, you know why you got the seizure? Because you do a stand-up.
Oh, I could see that totally happening.
Yes.
That's something my mom would say. It's like when you say, "Oh, mom, my leg and my arm hurts." It's because you were on the iPhone telephone all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
She's like, your life is too stressful. Your job is too stressful. You got a seizure. And then,
Was it stressful during that time?
life is it's normal stress, right? Normal stress.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you can't, like, I was a ticking bomb. Like, after they did the EEGs and everything, they're like, you probably had this your whole life, like small little
Oh, wow.
twitch. But yeah, the doctor was like, it was bound to happen. And they took my license away. So I had to bum rides from, it was
Which
the
one?
worst. In LA, worst
Oh.
time. And then of course the DMV takes my license away. I'm on meds, and my parents are like, no, she's fine. She's okay.
It's like she literally is not allowed to drive.
Yeah, it's illegal.
Yeah, and it was really hard for me because I had to spend more money on Ubers and my meds and this and that. And then I found this foundation, Angels of Epilepsy. This is like a few years afterwards, and I talked to them, and they're like, yeah, the money that we get, we help patients with their Ubers and this and that. And I was almost in tears because I was like, I
That's
wish
amazing.
I knew about you guys when I was struggling. So that's why proceeds that I make from my shows, I try to send to them. So if it's a t-shirt sale or this or that, so anything that I can do.
That's incredible.
Obviously not much right now, but yeah.
And do you find that?
Wow,
Do you
Go
find
ahead.
that? First of all, that's incredible that you went through all of that, and I mean, you were still this successful. Because I would imagine it really, really puts a strain on you. But do you? What was my question? Oh, do you feel like? My first question is, thinking back now, do you notice that you used to have little tics here and there building up to it? Or do you not remember, or nothing comes to mind? You just thought it was...
No, it's really interesting because my neurologist, like the normal one that I met finally, he said it wouldn't be a tic. It would be like, I'm looking at you, and then I'd look away, like I get distracted, and then look right back at you, and that's like a partial seizure.
And do you
Yeah.
remember that ever happening to you, or no?
Well, I don't even remember having 2 massive seizures.
Oh, wow.
So it's just like you, the last thing you remember was whatever it was, and then you just woke up somewhere.
Yeah.
And then I was on the ground, with like paramedics. But yeah, so if it's something partial, then I don't know. I really couldn't tell. So I feel, luckily mine's is under control. I mean, there's so many children and adults that have, all the meds, and they still get it. They get seizures. Like mine's is controlled, I take like 4 meds a day, and there's no, I
remember I had this neighbor, it was, I guess my neighbor's, he didn't live there. It was my neighbor's son. He lived with his mom, I guess. And he suffered from seizures as a kid. And as he grew up, you could tell that, he wasn't able to be a functioning adult or a functioning teenager at the time, because how much the epilepsy affected him. That he had to be, he couldn't be by himself, because who knew when he was going to have a seizure.
It's random.
It was random. The meds weren't helping. And I don't know what he's doing now, but I hope he's doing okay.
Yeah, probably too many seizures in the brain or hitting. Yeah, it's really tragic. It's hard.
Do you think that there could be more of an effort to promote education on this neurological disorder? Because it's like the US's fourth most disorder, and it affects all ages.
Somebody did their research.
I'm telling you, click some keywords.
Did you know? Did you know it was the fourth most common neurological disorder in the United States? Go.
No.
People even look up there things like, you just tell me, okay, I have it.
You know, I don't. The only type of awareness that we could do is if you kind of. I know they have a epilepsy awareness month, and I know they have. You know, actually, it's very minimal. They have walks. They have epilepsy walks.
I don't think many people know what to do.
Nobody
having a seizure.
Nobody. Yeah. There's really not much you can do because to raise awareness is pretty much maybe what I'm doing, or if somebody that you know has it, they can spread it. You know.
Conversations and that.
Yeah.
I also have a question. Do your parents, so you said this was a few years ago. Now, do they still say like, oh, you don't have it, oh, it's nothing? Or do they more come to terms with it and kind of admit like, hey, maybe you do have this and still
No.
no?
They never even bring it up.
Wow.
Yeah. It's fine.
See, these are parts of our culture that needs to be changed. Like this whole, obviously, is it because like the whole way Iranian parents are of the judgment and all, or they just?
I don't know. I just think because they can't see it or feel it, then it doesn't exist, which I think is good. It's like a positive, you know, it's like when you're sick, you tell yourself you're not sick. And my mom is a firm believer of that. She's very positive. So she's like, yeah, you had 2 seizures, but you're fine. You're fine. You're not going to get it again. And so I explained to my mom, and at one point the doctor had to call my mom and explain to her too in Farsi. But they, you know, they're just, she's going to stick to her, you know, positiveness that it's probably going to go away. And, you know, I'm always hopeful too, because I don't want to be on meds. Like
they have to be realistic too at some point, you know, because
Yeah.
my family's like, all of our families are like that. It's, my grandpa, he's getting old and he falls down. You know, that's what old people do. They fall down, and then I'm just like, guys, he's gonna fall again.
Yeah.
So we need to be better prepared, you know, for when, not if it happens.
Right. Yeah.
So,
all I can do is like, I have another like yearly MRI and EEG set up for next month, and I just go from that again. Is it abnormal again? Oh, if it's abnormal, okay, continue. You know? So the past 4 years, everything's been abnormal with my meds. So once it's normal, then they can slowly get me off the meds, you know?
Have you tried any unconventional ways, like microdosing?
Right. It just, listen, I could get off my meds and take CBD all day and then do the whole keto diet, but I would be scared to drive, you know?
Gotcha.
So you still don't drive right
No, I
now,
do
or
drive.
you do, okay.
I do drive because I'm medicated, but let's say I decide to go
your mix
holistic.
right now works, yeah.
Yeah, if I go holistic and go cold turkey without my medication, then I would be scared to drive. I don't want to hurt somebody else or myself.
Right, of course.
Yeah.
Well, I think what you're doing with using the proceeds from your shows to that foundation is incredible.
Yeah.
And thank you for doing your part to spread awareness about it, because it's really not talked about a lot.
And make sure you send us that foundation so we can
post
the link.
So we could post it.
Oh, okay, yeah. I just feel bad because I haven't been touring, so not much has been going towards it, but also it's just crazy time. Like,
like you said,
you know, I'm sure there's COVID foundations that need to be supported and stuff. So insane.
So aside from your comedy, you've done acting as well, and I've seen that you've worked for different networks. You've worked for Fox, Nickelodeon, Hustler. Did you feel
Hustler?
Yeah, no, I was they wrote an article of my stand-up in Hustler, but I was never read White Eagle in Hustler. No.
Not the that's the backup plan, you know.
That is the backup plan. And that's where my mom comes in. It's full circle. She has to wax me.
Oh my God, there you go.
Once you see the link tree in her Instagram and you see the OnlyFans in there, that's when you know things are going.
Man, I should start an OnlyFans. It would just probably be like 5 loyal people.
Oh my God, can you please
do
it?
Watch, I just pay.
Yeah.
Do it with the persona of the natural girl from your Instagram.
God.
Can you imagine OnlyFans of that?
OnlyFans. You have to pay $200 a month. No, you can't see me naked. No. It's like,
what do you hear me talking this accent? That's what
only that accent.
Yeah.
Did you feel a sort of like familiarity between all the networks, or did they, each have like a different level to them, or you got to be a certain way, or?
Well, no, it depends on the project you're doing,
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't matter about the network. It's about what projects you're doing, really,
Yeah. Like, expect different levels out of your different expectations, or, some restrict on some things, don't say this, don't say that.
Oh, well, yeah, definitely depends. Like,
like your creative freedom, like,
yeah.
You try to put your input in, they're like, no, we're good, or.
Yeah. Like, if I'm doing stand-up on a show, they'll have maybe some stuff like you can't say curse words, or you can't say anything sexual, something like that.
That's fair, depending on the audience.
Yeah. And then for TV stuff, either they give you the script, they could tell you to play with it, and then you can, do that. But as far as that goes, you just take direction, really. And then if they give you the freedom to play, then you do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I imagine you had a lot of fun direction Nickelodeon, Pearson.
Yeah, right.
I wrote sketches for their mom channel.
Oh, wow. They have a mom channel?
Mm-hmm. They had a mom channel.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's how I watched Nickelodeon, was when they had Face on Nick Jr.
Oh yeah.
So now, okay, I think we did the easy part of this interview, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now we get to the tough part.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so drink the coffee.
Drink the coffee,
it's
fuel
done.
up.
My latte's done.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Fun is
an hour.
So now we have some rapid fire questions. Okay, so we're gonna ask you some stuff, just quick answers.
Hard-hitting questions.
Hard-hitting
questions. You could go into detail if you want to and explain yourself if I question you on it, or if I question you on it, or you can just keep moving. So I'm gonna let Army start this one.
All right, here we go. One thing on your bucket list.
I want to go to Scotland.
Okay. Who's your role model or inspiration?
I really like Oprah, because who doesn't?
It's true.
Role model. But inspiration, comedy-wise, I love Sebastian.
Okay. Favorite place you've traveled to?
I have so many. I loved Ireland. I love Paris, Iceland.
One place you haven't traveled to, but you want to?
Scotland.
I guess that kind of goes with the first one. I thought maybe you'll give a different answer.
I watched Outlander. During this pandemic, and I want to go to Scotland.
Oh,
okay. Dead set on going to Scotland.
Yeah. Well, I hope you make it.
And then lastly for me, one piece of advice you would give your 18-year-old self.
Oh God. 18-year-old self, I would say, take your time. Don't rush into college. Like you can take a year break. You don't have to go straight from high school to college. I wish somebody told me that, because you don't know.
I like that.
You can't tell an 18-year-old they have to decide what they want to do for the rest of their life right now.
What?
You can't tell someone who's 18 to decide the rest of their life right then and there.
Yeah.
Or essentially you're 17 and you have to decide, because you have to figure out what you
Yeah.
I really wish like I had that option of, my parents saying, okay, you just graduated, take time, maybe travel for a year, like Americans do.
Yeah.
And then
like Americans.
خارجی
خارجی.
seriously, like I graduated at 17 because birthdays are always off when you immigrate. I graduated at 17 and started college at 17. I had to pick a major at 17.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to pick for lunch that day.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, seriously.
Exactly.
I mean, you always end up at Chipotle.
Of course.
Chipotle. All right, Arto, you want to take it away?
So favorite, you said you're male, but favorite female comedian?
Favorite female comedian.
Other than yourself?
You're like, I have none. They're all competitors.
No, I really like, I think Ali Wong is really funny.
Oh, yeah. She's really fun.
I also really like Chelsea Handler. She's
yes,
really
I love her.
Yeah.
You still doing that Netflix show? Series?
No.
Yeah,
I
I
used
saw
to
her
watch her when
Netflix.
she was on E, like late night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good.
She's so funny. Like I've seen her stand up, but I like her personality on TV and her Instagram so much more. She's so funny to me. Her dryness.
No filter.
No filter. Yeah.
One item you can't leave the house without, and you can't say your phone.
Phone, keys, wallet. Can't say it.
You can't say phone, keys, wallet. Oh, chopstick.
Okay.
Oh, you're one of those people. Okay.
It is dry over there in California, though.
Chopstick.
Favorite Persian dish?
Gorma sabzi. I mean, come on.
Yeah, right off,
Mm-hmm.
What else? Summer or winter vacations?
Summer.
In Scotland.
I know. In Scotland.
Favorite music genre?
Oh, I love 80s music.
80s music.
Nice.
Nice.
I have Roku. You get that free little section where they play Vivo music videos.
Mm-hmm.
They have a whole section on 80s music videos. So I turn that on in the morning, and all it plays are like the best 80s music videos. Perfect. And it literally raises your vibration to the next level when you wake up.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because you're supposed to be doing coke with that music.
Huh?
You're supposed to be doing coke with that music. That's why.
It's great.
Oh
Yeah.
Come, chameleon. What's that one? Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
That one gets me pumped. All right, so I got some rapid fires.
Okay.
All right. Kubide or Berg?
Kubide.
Okay. Now you said Gorma sabzi is your favorite khoresh, so I'm going to change this up a little bit. Qeime or karafs?
Qeime.
Oh, God bless you.
Nice.
Good.
Where does karaf stand for you?
I mean,
you just answered the question.
You just answered it like that.
I give it respect because it's my dad's favorite. That's all.
Aww.
Okay.
That was cute.
Regardless of your answer, somebody's gonna reply "Bimaze" anyways.
Who likes celery?
Listen.
Seriously.
Okay.
No,
have you seen that Portlandia episode with Steve Buscemi? If you guys just Google Portlandia celery episode, just do it.
I'm literally gonna type it right now.
Episode on celery.
Celery
all right.
episode.
Potato tahdig or regular tahdig?
Oh man, regular tahdig.
Okay.
I haven't had dinner yet.
I know, right? I'm so hungry listening to this right now.
We're gonna get tacos. Biggie or Tupac?
Tupac. Come on.
Okay. Now I asked this question of every guest.
Man.
We thought we retired it in season one.
No, we did not retire this question because the jury is still out. Okay, and they hate me. They literally hate me for asking this question. And I want you to do some critical thinking.
Oh my God.
Okay. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Pull out one of the books behind you and the answer.
Time in hands.
She's acting it out.
Oh, I see.
I mean, if you want to be literal,
no.
is
Oh.
type
You see?
of sandwich because it's a bun sandwich.
But
I wouldn't call it a sandwich. I would
Bam.
call it a bun.
I'm just trying to figure out what category it falls under.
under hot dogs.
It would
The
fall
different
under convenient food.
Oh, that's a good one.
$1.50 at Costco. That's convenient.
Yeah.
Convenient food.
All
Well,
right.
there you go.
Sports food. Barbecue food.
Thank you. And literally anything but a freaking sandwich.
Yeah, it's not a
Amerikai food.
sandwich.
America is sefit pus people food.
What a Sefid question, Arash. You know?
Listen,
Simulate.
I have to get to the bottom of this.
Yeah.
Super
All right?
Sefid.
You know, because I have some white friends and they want to know.
What is their answer?
I've gotten mixed reviews. I actually don't have any white friends.
You should ask Reddit.
Oh.
I should ask Reddit.
You should
Yeah,
ask
doing AMA.
Reddit.
That was
So
Ask what to sell.
no, hold the line.
Hold the line, but
line.
it's a hot dog a sandwich.
So all right, quick timeout. All right, I'm gonna like wrap it up and then just stay on for like 30 seconds after I wrap it up.
Okay.
So what do we do now? I'm rusty. But Melissa, thank you for clarifying your stance on the hot dog situation.
Yeah.
We're gonna mark that up into the maybe.
We're starting off the season.
Yeah, we're gonna tally this up. We're gonna put maybe on that one. So thank you so much for joining us. I feel like I'm forgetting. Am I forgetting anything?
Well, Melissa, if you want to share with
No.
us your socials and where people can find you before we sign off.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys can find me on Instagram. It's just Mel Shoshahi, which is SHOSHAHI. I know it's not the easiest.
Yeah, that's easy.
Or you can just go to my website, which is Mel Comedy.
That's easy.
Yeah, that's easy. I wish Mel Comedy was available on Instagram, but it wasn't. So
We'll report it.
Is it an
Just-
active
well,
user?
yeah, it is.
Okay.
I've wanted the username Army for so long, and I told them all to report it. So every day we're sitting there reporting it.
Oh, really?
We could be your little reporting army for
We're
you.
supposed to be doing that every day.
Nah, I get it. It was too hard.
I just
At
did
least
it
you
once.
did it once. That's okay.
So Melissa, thank you so much. And for our followers and subscribers, we're going to also put a link for what's the name of that foundation, Melissa?
It's Angels of Epilepsy.
Angels of Epilepsy. We'll put a link for it there. And, so follow, subscribe, like Melissa's page as well. Follow her page to say subscribe to her work. Look up her stuff. Obviously look at her socials, but then she has a lot of stuff on YouTube. A lot of great material, and then that way you get warmed up. So she's back touring in Miami and in Europe.
Be front row.
You'll be you're gonna want the ticket. Okay.
I can't wait to entertain all of you guys. Seriously.
Well, we
So-
can watch.
Soon.
Thank you. We were
Thank you so much for taking your
you.
time out of your schedule and joining our nonsense today. We wish
nice
you a
meeting
good
you.
week, and I hope everybody has a good week and
And a good rest of the year.
and a good
Little
2021.
shaky,
We'll make it
Yes.
happen.
It was great to meet you guys.
Likewise.
Absolutely. Stay safe.
Thank you so much.
You
Melissa.
too.
Thanks, guys.
All right.